Hello and welcome back to Kay's Table, episode 5.2. We are in Swamptown. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to like, subscribe, etc. So where we left off, we had just finished a conversation with Mr. Riverton about the Swamptown, the locations, and he's willing to show you around for at least a little while this evening. He handed Sky a old ceremonial robe and mask of a previous Skeksie. Okay. He advised you, as you are aware by the description on the poster, that it definitely doesn't actually fit you.
Yeah.
And the Satyr description doesn't really fit you either, does it?
No.
Nope, not really.
You're not fat.
No.
So just covering up your horns and stuff would be more than enough to obscure anything that you need to worry about. So then let's get back in. Alright, so Mr. Riverton is at the front door. What are you guys taking with you?
I'm gonna go into the room and change into the robe. Or can I just put it over my clothing?
It fits over your clothing
Then I'll put it over
comfortably. It's very lightweight.
Okay, then I'll put it over my clothing
And smells a bit of like decay.
put the mask on.
Okay. I can use my dice finally. Okay.
Did anything bad happen?
No.
Okay.
Paranoid.
And I walk out.
Okay. She comes out wearing a crimson robe and a mask that's made of bone and leather that covers up her features. It's creepy looking.
I'm gonna take my money. I can summon my sword anytime I need it.
Okay. You're just bringing your basic stuff with you. And you. Same thing?
Same, I'll bring my basics.
I'm gonna put my shirt on that I got before and put my kite and armor on it because I just realized that I was wearing only my kite and chest plate without my warm sweater on under it.
Okay, so you're gonna put your silk shirt on over the armor?
Yeah, the silk one.
Okay.
That one should work.
Yeah.
It's too weird. So
I don't know why you're rolling.
I don't know.
So you find Mr. Riverton at the front door.
Mm.
And he looks at you. So, which you want to go see first? Do you guys want to go see your mounts downstairs, or to where shall I bring you?
Why don't we see the mounts while we're on the way back from the town?
Better enough. And as you go out, he points over to, you saw that doorway that the animals were brought down before, and he shows you that's the way down to them. They very well taken care of, I assure you. I promise. So where can I take you? What would you like to see first?
Where to first?
The magistrate's office, I suggest.
Yeah.
So to the magistrate?
Yep.
Alright. So he starts walking down the walkway. That was B, right?
Yep.
Okay. He goes right by the factory that is still in full swing. You can hear people hammering away and chiseling away at wood and other materials. Okay. As you come by that walkway that you see that travels off to the north, you see that it's actually relatively busy up there. A lot of frog people. You see a gnome and a couple goblins walking around.
Avoiding me.
Nobody's coming within like 10 feet of you if they can avoid it. Okay. In fact, you'll see occasionally that people look up and then they kind of look back and start talking to themselves and push themselves off to the side to make themselves not in your path until you've passed. And they're definitely not that comfortable around you. Okay. And as you look over to your left, you could see the main docks below you, where let's see. Sorry. I wrote a bunch of stuff. I didn't have time to memorize it all. Alright, that's what I thought. It's yeah. All right. So he brings you further forward, and what was F? I think it takes too long to update. Okay, and you go right by Slime and Grime. You guys want to stop in there before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he shows you that the next turn you're going to be taking will be the left turn towards the magistrate's house.
So
Look at Simon.
yeah, we asked to stop.
Okay. So you go into Slime and Grime. Mr. Ribbiton comes in, and the first thing that you notice is the owner, who is a rather large turtle wearing, there we go, his looks like a snapjaw turtle, okay, with moss growing of different colors all over his shell. And as you walk in, he kind of perks up. Good evening. What can I help you fine folks with?
Just gonna look around.
Alright, you see it's a large collection of potions, poisons, and an entire wall of bottles of liquor.
I'm gonna stay away from the liquor.
I go right up to the liquor.
Alright, you see Black Moss Whiskey for 5 gold a bottle, Sweet Fungi Wine, 10 gold a bottle, Bitter Mold Hops, 1 gold a bottle, Psilocybin, 25 gold a bottle, which is a clear liquid that has a red cap mushroom floating within it.
Oh. That's interesting.
Those are all brewed right here by me.
Excellent selection.
I'm looking at the potions.
Thank you.
You don't have my money listed on my chart.
That would be on your previous character sheet then.
I
didn't grab that one?
Yeah, I think I had 816, but I'm not sure.
You had a lot.
I know I did. I think I had 816 if I had the ballpark. Because it went up and down a lot. Thank
It's
you.
in there somewhere.
Yep, oh, probably right there.
Alright, potions. They're all well labeled, although not the neatest handwriting. Okay, so they have healing potions, okay, potions of water walking, potions of water breathing, potions of purification, sleeping potion, slick potion, which there's a large portion of them, and they're actually on a separate shelf than most of the other potions, and it has a skincare sign above it. And you see in a small box with a glass front and a what looks to be a locked doorway on it, you see what looks to be 5 Troll's Blood potions and 2 large shimmering potions that, if you read the tag on it, states that they are potion of animal form.
That's nifty.
And then there's another wall of poisons.
Let me go check out the poison.
Of course you.
Okay, so on the poisons,
So
you see that there's a large selection of them, and there's many doses. That's a lot of dosages. It looks like poison's like the most popular thing he sells here. Okay, so you see paralysis potion, neurotoxin, confusion potion, ergot poison, crippling poison,
Yes, just cripple them.
silverfish oil, frost oil.
what does that do?
Frost oil?
Yeah.
Well, that we get from the frozen lands to the west. I'm not sure how they make it, but it does a few different things depending on how you use it. If you add it to your weapon, it makes it really cold and does cold damage. If you put it on your armor, it'll make it so fire doesn't hurt you for a while. And if you drink it, well, I don't usually recommend it, but it has some interesting results if you drink it, if you get my drift. Yep, and those are 15 gold a pop.
Do you have like a poison that can keep a minotaur on the ground? Like knock a minotaur to the ground?
Well, we have our paralysis potion, okay, which is usually pretty good. And we have the ergot poison. That one's always fun to do to people. As long as you don't like them. And then there's crippling poison, where, you know, if you really want to torture someone, that's the way to go on that one.
How much for the ergot poison?
Oh, the ergot poison, you want to be careful with this one. Those are 75 silver a dose. I think I have about 100 of them available. So when you do that to a person, it first of all gives them a headache, makes them start seeing stuff, and then they'll think everything's out to kill them, including themselves.
Makes them paranoid.
How much for the paralyzing poison?
Oh, paralysis potion. Yeah, I got those are 25 silver a dose.
Can I get 4 paralyzing potions, 1 bottle of psilocybin, and 1 bottle of the golden hops?
Hi. So for the paralysis potion, for 4 of those, that'll be 100 silver, please.
There's 1 gold, right?
Yep.
Okay, I hand him a gold.
Okay, and then what else did you want?
The bottle of psilocybin, I thought you said was 25 gold, and then the bottle of the golden hops, that was, I believe, 10 gold? Golden hop wine? Golden.
Sweet fungi wine is the 10 gold. Now, if you want the bitter mold hops, yeah, those are real good too. That's only 1 gold a bottle.
I'll take a bottle of each.
And my specialty here is the black moss whiskey.
I don't touch that stuff.
It has some really fun effects as long as you don't have anything planned for that evening.
I'm gonna call it. I'm not touching that stuff ever again. Not after last night.
Oh, you've tried it, then good.
And then drank water. Water.
Go for a swim while on it. It's really fun.
How much for a small bottle of that?
Yeah, we were told not to do that.
We only have the one size, and they're 5 gold a bottle.
What's that, though? I'll take 1 too. So the bottle of psilocybin and the bottle of the
black moss whiskey.
Black moss whiskey. I'm not feeding it to you. Is that you yelling at me? Okay, the bottle of...
Yeah, the bitter mold is 1 gold a bottle.
Yep.
And it's an extremely high quality meat.
Bitter mold.
Yep.
And then the 1 more bottle.
The psilocybin?
The other
that
one
was 25.
Yep.
The black moss whiskey, the sweet fungi wine.
Sweet fungi wine.
Yeah. The Jolly Rancher wine coolers.
Yeah. I just think they're cool alcohols. Cool. 4 bottles of alcohol. Yep. And 4 poisons.
Can I interest you in anything else?
What's something that you would least expect to sell today?
I'm so proud. GM proud moment.
I don't blame you.
The thing I'd least expect to sell today. Well...
Oh, he has to roll for it.
I did not expect her to ask that. I rolled a 19.
Oh no.
Yay.
This is where all my money goes. Actually, that was about a total of 37 coin gold.
Well, I do have something that's been sitting here for a few years.
What is it?
It was found inside of a shambling mound.
What was it? What is it?
And he pulls out what looks to be a jade figurine.
Oh.
That looks like a tree ant.
Oh.
Tomorrow.
A tree ant? An ant?
Yeah, a giant ant.
No, it's a tree person.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
How much is that? What is it? Is it like a figurine? Is it something magical?
I don't know if it's magical. I don't do magic myself. I just brew stuff.
How much?
Oh, I'm buying it.
I might help you buy it. I have detect magic. I could probably tell you what it
Well,
is.
I don't know. I never really thought I'd sell it. It was just kind of pretty when it came out of that thing, and they left it here. And
Would you let it go for 50 gold?
I was gonna say 5.
50? I'll take 50 gold for it.
I don't want to carry this much money on me, so buzz off.
With a pouch of holding.
With a pouch of holding!
We need that for important stuff.
It can hold everything we own and
It's not limitless.
It's not limited.
There is a limit. It's a lot, but there is a limit. So
If you don't want to carry your money, give it to me. I'll hold it.
He'll hold it too, in his own pocket. I'm gonna hand him
I
the
will
50.
gladly take 50 gold. In fact, here, take a bottle of Black Moss whiskey on me.
Thank you.
This is one of my aged bottles.
Oh, thank you.
Be very careful.
Can
I
I?
hand him the 50. So.
Can you hand me the statue?
I do walk
Figurine?
over to him.
Use detect magic on it. See if it's anything magical.
Detect magic is a 30-foot range.
Oh, so
Everything within 30 feet that's magical will appear to glow to you. You didn't read the spell, did you?
no, because I've used it before. Identify.
You're gonna cast Identify?
Yeah,
Did you memorize that one today?
I did.
I was
How
going
is
to.
Or are you ritualizing it?
I can ritual it actually.
Is it Treeant?
Treant.
I was gonna say I would identify as a ritual.
How long is the ritual though?
10 minutes.
We don't have to do it now.
I guess we could do it on the road.
We should probably get going to the magistrates though.
Okay.
Can I interest you in anything else?
Um,
My potions are the top quality.
ask him about water breathing.
Water breathing is 20 gold a piece, and it lasts for 6 hours, roughly.
Can we breathe on land if we take it?
You can breathe anywhere, basically. Land or underwater.
Okay.
I take, I'll buy 4 of those for a total of 80 coin.
Okay? I also highly recommend these Purify. I only have 5 left, but they will remove any type of poison or paralysis. You can even use them to remove a petrification.
I'll
Those
take
would
the
be
5.
useful.
I have, all 5 left.
What's the,
15 gold apiece. 60. No, 75.
Okay. I can hand him over. It's a total of 145 coin. Give or take. I'll give him a tip if it's extra.
You know what? Pick a bottle off the shelf. For good customers.
I thank him. And then I just pick a random potion off the shelf. Like
No, not potions. He points to the alcohol.
alcohol. Sorry.
Potions are a lot more
Yeah,
expensive.
that's what I thought.
And
I
they take
take
longer to
I
brew.
take another one of the bitter mold. Actually, what was the last thing that he had?
The mushroom.
The mushroom one.
Psilocybin.
I got one
Okay,
of
it's
those.
a clear liquid with a red cap mushroom floating in it, and they're 25 gold a bottle, and they're small bottles.
I'll take another psilocybin, so I'm down to 2 now.
Wow.
These are
You did tell me to
alcohol.
grab one, right? Like I wasn't.
No, I is exactly what I said.
Okay.
Now I hope you enjoy. Most people don't take that much of that one. They find it a bit too strong for them.
That won't be a problem for her.
I actually have a natural resistance to getting intoxicated.
He's a group alcoholic.
Yeah.
So.
But the only one else that
That's not a
buys
lie.
those from me is Areola.
So what can you tell us about the Areola down south at the
Oh, she's a fine
Sweet.
woman. Very friendly to everyone in every way. She likes her liquor and she likes her rituals. I went to one of those. It was interesting. I don't think I'll go back to another. It's not really my thing. But they all seem to have a lot of fun.
much obliged for your help, sir. So
My pleasure. You guys aren't going out in the swamps by any chance, are you?
we have no plans to do so at the moment.
Oh, okay.
But is there a reason we should?
Well, if you do, I always offer bring back any of the bitter mold or sweet fungi, or even better, the black moss, and I'll pay you for it by the pound.
You have bags that can hold a pound?
Yes.
I buy 2 of them.
5 copper apiece, please.
Do you even have copper?
I do.
Yeah, I do too. I just didn't expect it to be that cheap.
I
for
got
some
the 5. What was that?
It's just a very simple burlap sack. Huh?
Yeah.
I had the 4 water breathing potions and the 5. What was that?
Purify.
Purify.
I could have answered that one.
Remove 1 status effect.
10 per?
5 per. So it's 10
5
for 2.
copper per.
So it's 10 for 2.
It's 10 copper.
I'll give him.
And they're just
10.
burlap bags.
Okay, I'll give him 10. There it is. I'll give him 10
Okay, so you
for
have
2.
2 burlap sacks.
Okay.
Each are capable of holding about 5 pounds of herbs or goods.
If we ever go to the swamps, I'll make sure to throw these up for you. So.
Thank you. So, I know you're not from town and that you're travelers, but where are you heading off to, if you don't mind me asking?
I look
Here.
over at Mr. Riverton.
No, I can answer this. Here, there, anywhere really.
Mr. Riverton goes over, buys a couple of these slick potions, and puts them in his pocket.
I feel like that was a general response. Just here, there, anywhere.
Okay. Well, if there's anything else I can help you with, feel free to ask.
Are you aware of anyone who's traveled southwest of here heading towards the Gelph lands?
Not many people talk about the gelph. They're just a legend. Never seen one myself.
I'm parked out.
Don't say anything.
I'm standing right in front of him.
There
It should be pretty
are legends
obvious.
of gelph out to the west, beyond the icelands. But those are in the thick jungles, and nobody wants to be in the jungles. That's a dangerous area.
Are they aggressive?
Everything in the jungle is pretty aggressive. The trees themselves will eat you. Not to mention the other plants and animals. You gotta be pretty vicious to survive there.
Oh, great. I people are like your people, they're murderers.
Used to have people.
Oh, the Skeksies are very brutal. You break the law and you wish you were dead. No, they don't kill very many people. They find it amazing how long you can make them stay alive and feel the pain of what they did wrong. Great inquisitors. I'm glad I don't deal with them personally.
I'm the inquisitor of the group, not you.
I could easily take you out.
Alright, children, we're not fighting today. I thank him for his help, and then I motion to Mr. Riverton that we should get to the magistrate.
Is that not an inquisitor?
No, she's not an inquisitor, she's a
She's
scholar.
wearing the robes of the inquisitors.
Up. See?
No,
Stop
she's just a
talking!
nerd.
Okay.
She's a bookworm.
Thank you for your help, sir. Let's make
I
our
have
way
a
to the
few
magistrate.
books.
I'll pass,
sale.
thank you very much.
Okay. Well, safe journeys. I hope to see you again. May the blessings of the Uru be upon you.
I nod. I bow respectively. Make our way out.
Alright. Well, you step outside.
I want to smack her upside her head.
Mr. Riverton looks at you kind of weird.
Does she actually do that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch her.
Make an attack roll for that.
For me, lightly smacking you upside the head.
Is that saving throw or no?
No, attack.
14.
What's your AC?
18.
You miss.
So I go for it and then I fail. Wait, my armor class is 19. Shouldn't she have to roll for slapping me upside the head?
She wasn't trying to actually attack you to hurt
I wasn't
you.
actually hurting you. I wasn't doing damage. I was kind of going like, what were you thinking?
Just talking.
Jesus Christ, you dumbass.
These people are fine. Mr. Riverton told us that.
He said there were some okay people.
He said that this place specifically
Oh,
is
don't
on our
worry.
side.
Mr. Mud be perfectly fine. He doesn't mess with anyone.
But still.
So, follow me. And he brings you down a stairway. And for the first time since you've gotten here, the stairway ends at stone. A very nicely cobbled stone path and walkway connects the buildings you see in front of you. You can see the back of the turtle shop. And you can see also, if you look below it, now that you can see below it, because the stairs went down, that underneath is just netting and netting covered in all kinds of swamp mosses. And you can see the giant stills on the back of his shop that have burners going under each one. And you can see the liquor slowly drip out of the end of the still into the collection barrels. Yeah. You also see that to your left is a relatively large stone building. The first stone building you've seen since you got here. In fact, the only stone building in town. It's 3 stories tall. The first story is square with a large ornate wooden entrance. Looks like double doors. The second story is round, as well as the third, and it ends in a dome at the top. And shining out from windows within the second and third floors is this pale blue light. Directly in front of you, you see what looks to be a small, well, it's a relatively ornate statue. Although, because of the moss and stuff growing off of it, just from being in the swamp, you can't really tell what it was or what it's supposed to be, other than some kind of humanoid with an arm up towards the sky. And
speaking of statues, weren't you gonna roll to see if the figurine I bought was magical or not?
It takes 10 minutes. We'd have to stop for 10 minutes to do it. That's
We'll do it
it's not
later.
instant. Me or Sky can do it later.
And then, right to your right, you see the magistrate's office. A very finely built wooden structure.
I thought the stone was the magistrate.
No.
That's the temple.
2-story. You can see the magistrate's sign right out the front. Okay. Very well made building. With stone stairs going up into it.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Walk in.
To where?
The magistrate.
What's that tall stone building?
Mr. Riverton looks at you. Right there, that stone building is the Temple of the Oro. And we got the magistrate's office here. If you go past the magistrate's office into the left, that's where the dry tuft is. Behind the magistrate's office, you see those apartments down there. That's the scribes and the Oro bunkhouse.
Okay.
Nobody really goes over to the scribes building though.
Why?
They're not social.
They're me. They're like a bookworm. They don't like to talk. They just want.
Oh, I don't think they like you.
I think a lot of people like money.
No, I'm pretty sure they're not like you. In fact, I'm positive. Although if you need anything copied, they do a fantastic job, real cheap.
Are they fast at it?
Very.
So
We go there for copies for stuff relatively often. Because he's gonna know exactly what they offer. So for 10 silver, they will copy any document pretty much exactly as if it was the original. They can translate any document to any language you want for 50 silver, or they will look through your document, find any problems. They're very good at math. We use them to check our books every year for 50 silver. Everything they do is completed within 24 hours, or if you pay them double, they will have it ready for you within 12 hours. And if you pay them more, I've had them do entire things for me in less than an hour. I'm not sure how they do it, but they can if they pay enough.
magic.
Doing business there is weird. You go up to window, you place in window what you want them to proof or copy or take care of. You tap on the board what you want done, and if you want it quicker, you have to make request and give them extra money. You put money in slot, they take paper, you come back, they hand it back to you.
Yeah.
With copy, or like if you ask them to proofread, we did our books there last month, took them 24 hours, went through 17 ledgers. Okay, you've seen ledgers before. Ledgers are like yay thick. Done 24 hours with fully copy. One copy was the original, the other one was them fix all the We fired accountant this year for it. He messed up. But yes, they do good work.
It's good to know. I'm just curious about it.
I want to look at him and be like, where do you want to go first, the magistrate or temple?
Either one.
Let's go to the temple first, then the magistrate.
Okay. So I guess we head toward the temple.
Okay. So when you get to the temple, you see a familiar face standing right just inside the doorway.
Here?
Yes,
Is it?
Karok
Oh.
was sitting right at the entrance.
Nod to him.
Silver. Welcome, friend. Come. Come.
I follow.
Meet Moru. Let's switch over to the temple because I was going to the magistrate first.
Oh, we just were in the same area.
I know, but I didn't put everything in the same place. Yep. Come meet High Priest Muir. Okay. I recommend you not go to see Mr. Oscuro, but the other monks are all good men. Come.
I follow.
He brings you inside, and the front entryway, there's a donation bin where you can money box and stuff. You see written up on plaques are different pieces of Uru teaching. Okay, and they're basic like golden rule: be kind to others, and they'll be kind to you. Live in balance with the nature, and nature will be in balance with you.
As we're walking by, do we pass the donation bin?
Yep.
I want to put a couple gold in.
Okay.
I'll
I'll
deposit a couple gold as well.
I'll put 5 gold in.
I'll do that too.
Each of you are giving 5 gold.
Yeah, sure.
I know.
Okay. As you drop the money in and then step through the entryway into the blue lit room, Okay, you feel a blessing wash over you, and you can use a blessing at your next chance whenever you wish.
So we all got blessings?
And as you walk into this round room, and you see depicted around all the outside of the round room it looks like the most beautifully painted picture of different scenes. One section looks like you're looking out upon a desert, and then the desert gives way to an ocean front where you can see whales and large fish coming up, which gives way to beautiful tropical islands. And then those move on to a volcanic area, which then turns into these snow-capped mountains and then plains before it goes back into the original that you saw of the desert.
Interesting.
Inside, you see a circular altar that looks to have 3 clerics praying at it. And over on the back wall, you see about a 4-foot tall. Imagine a piranha with legs growing and arms growing out of it.
It's a fish with legs growing out of it.
Yeah, the fishmen are just weird to look at, no matter how they get drawn or how they're done otherwise. But they're fascinating in my opinion. This is just me metagame, I'm sorry.
They're the ugly version of mermaids that no one talks about.
Basically, imagine a piranha with arms and legs.
Yeah. Creepy.
Growing out of it.
Kinda creepy.
Okay. And wearing robes that somewhat look like they almost fit on it. And you see this creature sitting there with these razor sharp, huge teeth.
Eating a salad.
Talking to a bunch of little kids.
Aww.
That's not scary.
I've raised you. What scares you now? I'm gonna just blatantly like, I've raised you. What could scare you?
Okay. And Garok looks at you. So, that High Priest Muir, and then he starts pointing to the monks. He points to the first one, that Abido. Very nice men. That Geppo. And that Sup. Yes. Sup the new boy. You little bitch.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean for that to catch me off guard, but you just caught me off guard with that.
That was easy. And as you look up, you can see above you is a large blue crystal shard, I would say about 1/10 of the size of the one that you saw above the chamber where you guys found all your
huge.
weapons. It fills the entire top of the chamber. And you just got paranoid looking at me when I looked over at you for a moment, that's all. And as you're looking and staring up at it, okay, you don't notice, but the two of you do, that the large fish man stops talking to the kids and starts waddling over towards you. Comes up. Hi, greetings, greetings. And may Oro bless you and be with you. I see Oro blessing upon you already. Especially you. The Oro are most kind to you.
I agree.
Have you been to their home yet?
No.
I can smell them upon you.
From the amulet.
Yep, I pull out my shink. And then the amulet.
May I please see your staff of Oro?
I hand it to him.
He grabs it. He's looking at it very intently. You see the whole form of it shift, and he changes it into a dagger. Then you see him change it into a sword, into a glaive.
The good days.
back into the spear. Where did you find? I must know. This is an ancient staff of Uru.
I'll kind of...
True Uru.
I'll actually mention him to come closer. I'll pull out the scroll casing. Because I trust this guy. And I will
nicer
show...
than me.
So you can trust people, but I can't.
He works with the Uru.
There's still a valid argument to that.
Hypocrite.
Okay, enough. It was point
Okay.
It
being.
wasn't anything.
The answer to this is very simple, and it's something that all of you have done in the past, okay, and have regretted not doing in the past as well. So I thought you learned from that experience the first time. Okay, but if you want to try doing that, you can feel free.
Ask him what's gonna happen. We have the points.
No, you don't even need to do that. Look at your character sheets. If you want to find out what a person is like,
We can insight
Check them. I'll do it. I'll insight check them. Insight. 8.
8? Okay. Yes, he seems very trustworthy, except for the fact that he looks like he could eat you in any moment. And it's kind of hard to get past his appearance of what looks to be obviously a carnivore that looks to be peaceful.
Are you gonna do it?
And the way that he was able to change that staff was pretty mesmerizing. But you don't see any reason why you shouldn't trust him. He's a high priest. He's respected in this area.
I'll basically show him the peace treaty.
Hold. Interesting. Signed by the Uru. May I?
Go right ahead. Oh no.
Thank you. And he turns around and starts going to the back of the chamber with it.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. He unfolds it, pulls out the parchment, unfolds it onto an altar, mutters a few words,
He's praying, basically.
and the parchment disappears.
What'd you just do?
Return to the Uru. What is of the Uru?
We needed that.
And then he takes the staff that you haven't gotten back from him,
He's not taking that without my permission.
and places that on the
I yell at him, stop.
He looks at you.
I tell him to stop. I ask for my spear back.
He hands
Now.
it back to you.
I put it back behind my ear. And then I walk toward the exit. I wasn't part of the door. Do you want my amulet next? I don't know.
Did you get the amulet back?
I never gave it to I showed it to him. I never gave it to him.
Yeah.
Is there any way to get that parchment back?
Of course. Yes. You simply need to go and get it returned from the Uru.
So where we're going after we hit the Gelph lands.
All of the Church of Uru must return to the Uru that which is of the Uru. 'Tis only true and only right. For true objects of the Uru should not be in the filthy hands of those who are not worthy, such as us.
What if we're chosen by the Uru?
That is why I return the staff. The stave of Uru has chosen him. I would not have been able to send the staff back because it has chosen him, who has walked out of our building. Frustrated, it seems. May peace be with him.
So I technically don't have this in my possession anymore.
Nope.
And I'm reminding myself, you must not commit mass genocide.
So how may I help you with the Light of Uru today?
I'm gonna look up at the giant crystal. What is that?
Star of the shard of the star.
Part of the star.
Aye. The holy shard, holy star, holy, the holy soul shard, from which all the earth is connected with. It channels the magic of the earth. It channels the soul of the Uru, and it blesses us all with its grand light, and banishes away the darkness that would cause us fright, and pushes away all blight within its holy light.
So if something unholy were to touch that, they would like go up in flames?
Not necessarily, they just would not be comfortable coming nearby. And if they are truly evil, then they would not be able to come within its light. For in the hands of a true cleric and follower of the Uru, the light of the soul shard and crystal shard can banish away the undead, banish the darkness, heal the dying, sometimes even rejuvenate the dead back to life.
Pretty cool.
The Uru bless us all.
I'm gonna follow him out. I'm a little annoyed.
Okay. The two of you make a perception check, please.
Can I make an insight check on that guy?
Can I use my
Rush
blessing?
man talking to me?
Yep.
So I get to roll
For
twice?
both of you. No, it's a plus D6
Okay.
blessing.
19.
19
16?
for insight.
Yep.
This guy believes very strongly in what he's doing, and he doesn't care what anybody else thinks.
18 total.
He will do what he believes the Uru wish him to do. He's kind because that's the way the Uru wish him to be. If the Uru wished him to destroy everybody, you have no doubt he would devour every single person here.
18.
Okay, for your perception? Okay.
No, perception?
Yeah.
Yeah, 18.
Okay, then both of you do see this. You see one of the clerics that you saw previously ducking around the back of the building and then start going over towards the scribe's office.
Is Mr. Riverton still inside with...
Yes. Mr. Riverton is still with Fee.
I'm gonna follow the scribe.
Are you being stealthy or are you just following?
I'll try stealth.
Okay, make a stealth roll.
Can't promise it will be good. 6.
Okay.
You trip.
And what are you doing?
Can I get within range to cast Charm on him?
He's ducking in between. Oh, hi, Mofo. I just noticed. Sorry, I didn't have the chat up a moment ago. He says, "What does it sound like? LOL. Break it." Not sure.
No,
So
baby.
no, you can't quite get a good fix on him as he ducks in between stuff to cast charm.
Could I get a chance at Mage Hand to trip him up?
Oh, yeah, that's
Or
right.
push him over?
You could make an attempt.
I didn't let you see that.
I mean, it would just be, you know, as I see him, it's just like knock him down or grab his leg or some type of Mage Hand.
Make a attack roll.
Wait, what's going on?
Try and grab his ankle.
Spell DC?
Could have just.
I mean,
Yeah, you can add your spell bonus.
mod, okay. Can I have that blessing too?
Yeah.
That doesn't
Of
help.
course that doesn't help. Yeah, it's been a while since I've used magic. So, 11.
11. You see him kind of trip a little bit, catch his footing, and disappear around the front of the building. You think you're quiet.
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay. And you're watching her. She's tiptoeing, ducking around the building, doing this roll technique to go. It's like a cartoon thing around the fence to kind of show. Oh, okay. Sorry, Mofo. Says, hi, I was wondering what a fish person sounded like, and you did a voice for him, though. I tried. Yeah, I had trouble trying to figure out what a fish managed to sound like too. So yeah, you think you're covertly following him.
Has he spotted me?
If he has, he hasn't made any notice of it. As he disappeared over in front of the scribe's house.
Like in front of?
Yeah. Because right now you're behind it.
Now I'm gonna go out front and kind of poke my head around the corner.
Okay. You see him place a small canister up on the shelf. Drop a couple of coins.
Was it my...
You see him drop a small canister on the shelf. Push it into the window along with some coins. And then he walks away.
Is the canister still there?
Nope.
I'm gonna call out to him.
Okay.
Just, hey.
He looks at you and jumps into the water.
And then...
Okay. So you've been in there this whole time, talking with Mr. Fish Guy. Moo. Moo. What are you doing?
How does that crystal hold all of life together?
It does not hold life together. It connects life together. So, it is the connection between me, between you, between earth, between sky, between land and sea, plant and animal. We are all connected through the resonance of the crystal. And the blue is the crystal of the stars that gives us life, compared to the crystals of red that gives us death. And then there are those who desecrate the crystals of both and merge them. But those are rare.
They're rare?
Yes.
When was the last time you seen one?
That would have been
This is for you.
many years ago before I came here. I had one that I acquired when we took out the camp of horrifically horrible cultists who were desecrating the holy crystal shards with demon blood to create new. And when I came here, I gifted it to the magistrate and built this temple. With his permission, we have been very successful here since.
You built this place. So, how did you get that crystal?
The Uru blessed us. As you offer enough to the Uru, they shall offer back to you upon blessings. And the crystal here grew upon many, many months and years of our chants. Each morning as the sun rises and as the sun sets, we shall sing the Song of Eru to bless this land and bless this town and keep it safe. And as we continue, the star shard grows.
That's all I want.
Okay. So you two. You halfway to the scribe's house, the scribe's location, and you still over by the building, right?
Yep.
Anything?
I'm gonna go up to the window.
Okay, it's a dark window. You don't even see anyone behind it. It has a flat shelf up in the front of it, and what looks to be an open area about 6 inches high by about 3 feet across.
Is there a door leading in?
No. There are no other doors and no other windows in this entire building.
You can't be sure that that canister.
I mean, this guy didn't seem like he'd lie if he sent it back to the Uru.
Yeah.
I don't think that it was all just a deception to get a copy of it made. But
Was the canister mine? Did I see it?
It wasn't your he didn't take your
Okay.
canister. You still have your canister. He took your parchment, rolled it out on an altar,
And it disappeared.
and then it disappeared into the altar. And then you saw a monk, one that you were not introduced to, come around the back of the place, bring it over there, drop off a canister of something, which looks like a scroll case. And then when he saw you, jumped into the water.
It's too convenient. Can I do an insight check?
On what? Who?
Or, an intelligence check or something to see if I could maybe see if it was a coincidence or not?
I'm sorry, I feel kind of dumb for a moment. I'm not quite sure how you're asking to do that as an insight or intelligence check, or exactly what you're trying to figure out directly.
What?
We'll be taking a break in about 5 minutes.
I was just trying to figure out.
There'd be no way to know that without any rolls that we could make. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
your best bet might be, I mean, maybe, and even then, you didn't have enough time to even see if the guy looked panicked, like if he did something wrong, or if he just was going to jump in the water anyways. You know.
so you come outside and you can
Come
see him
on.
standing at the edge of the building and around the back.
Where's Skek?
She chased after one of the little clerics that ran off with the parchment toward the scribe's house. I tried to trip him up, but I wasn't able to. Skek should be back momentarily unless she's in trouble.
Why did she go after him?
He looked a little suspicious. Otherwise, I don't know. It wasn't one of the ones that was introduced to us by Goroka.
All right, then I think we'll leave it right here for a short break.
You have like a tick on you?
No, just a mole that's pissing me off.
It's 'tis the season. So if you're enjoying the show, please feel free to like and subscribe. We are now taking a break to go and make our dinner. So we shall be back as soon as that part's done. Talk to you soon.